Hey, how's it going? To my new, here I am sniffling. God. Hi, everyone. I'm here and actually happy to be here. I got home to my homestead, last night after all day long running around, packing the car, everything, it's a lot. Um, and I got woken up at 12:30 at night by my dad's alarm company because they've set the smoke detectors that they've installed new way too sensitive. So they just auto send like the fire truck, and it was a whole thing. So anyway, but I'm here. I thought about canceling today because I'd love to be doing nothing, but consistency is important. This is my new time, 2 o'clock on Wednesdays, 5 o'clock Eastern. So, I decided I'm going to do my live sale, and I just picked a whole bunch of smalls that I have in a locked cupboard. It's shut firmly. Some of them y'all have seen before, and others maybe not. It also depends on who, if anyone, comes in to see them. Currently, I see that there's one person, and that one person might be me. So, gonna talk a little bit, see what happens. Poodle. I haven't seen you in a while. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing really well, Poodle. I do. I might have seen you in a couple chats here and there, but I don't see you too often. So when I do, it's a special treat. Cheers, Poodle. We can drink some purple drinks together. I just realized it matches my shirt. Totally unintentional, but hey, good for me. So I because I wanted to be consistent and have my sale, I just went and grabbed a bunch of smalls. Easy to ship. In general, lower prices. And I really am enjoying my new format. So my name is Lucinda, if you're here and you've never met me, but I don't think there's anyone here but Poodle and me. So me and Poodle might have a party. They had to put out fires. Poodle, I've been putting out so many fires every day, both metaphorically and in reality. And I'm so glad. Look where I am. I'm at home. I'm at my homestead. I only get to be here, I think, 9 days, but oh Lord, it feels so good. Oh yeah. A lot of fires, a lot of stuff, a lot of changes. It's a whole thing. But, what are you going to do? Life. So I hope that I'm not freezing a lot. I need to remember when I'm here at my homestead to move slower because my internet is not 5G here. No, it's on some ridge that bounces to some other ridge that bounces to my satellite dish over here on my property. So I need to remember to move slower or it freezes and glitches. So I brought a bunch of smalls. My name is Lucinda. I have a Wednesday sale every Wednesday. I changed the time to 2 instead of noon, or 5 p.m. Eastern if you're on Eastern time. And I've been really enjoying my vintage jewelry sales on Friday. because I just get to pick things and show and tell, and we talk about it and we go over everything in detail, and then I throw out a price. And someone either puts the price in and bids up or not. And it's been a really good way for me to sell. I don't know that it would work. Oh, total, that is at 4:00 our time, 7:00 Eastern time. And Poodle, I don't know if you know Dandy. Do you know Dandy? Unlocked Treasures. She's incredible. We did a live together last week. I asked her at the last minute, and it was wonderful. And so she's going to be joining me Friday. And if you have not seen her yet, come check her out. Go to her channel, Seb. She's a lot of fun, and she has a great eye, and she's just a sweetheart with great prizes. Prizes? See? No, I'm tired. With great items. She might have prizes too. I don't know. Oh my gosh. My brain. So well, it's Dandy. Dandy's is her channel. Let me type it in. That would be so much easier. And she'll be with me Friday, and she was on with me last Wednesday. Dandy's. I don't have her direct link. There you go. She's really beautiful person. So my name is Lucinda. Yay, Poto. I hope that that they survived and they're what you expected and all of that. I loved them. I loved them, and I love that they went to you. So my name is Lucinda, and I ship from California. Currently, I'm at my homestead in Mendocino County. When I'm not here, which is most of the time because I caregive for my father, who's 87. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area in California. I generally hold your box until I'm going to be leaving here or there. So when I'm there, I hold the box for about 3 weeks. When I'm here, it's like a week and a half. And I have 2 sales every week now. Wednesdays vintage live sales, or Wednesdays vintage vendors with Karen Chasing Vintage, or my vintage jewelry live sale on Friday. Now, if you don't want me to hold your box, you need to just email me and say I need it right away, and that's fine. I can do that. It's not a problem. I'm just trying to save me the hassle of constantly shipping, because that's the non-fun part of this business. And I'm trying to save you on shipping cost, because very often the items are very small and a lot can fit in a box, and it just doesn't cost that much more to ship it. It's based on the size of the box and the weight. So that's what I do. I invoice through PayPal just like everyone else, and I use Pirate Ship. Yeah. You bid on an item if you want it at the starting price. If you want it and someone else has put in that price, you need to bid $1 or higher. Yeah. And shipping is not included in your items. And that's pretty much all I've got, because I got home late last night and I'm very tired. Like I said, it's all smalls, and I haven't compiled like this whole list and written everything out in advance. And, and I kind of am moving away from that too, except for a little bit. So I just need to make it easier for me. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an item. I'm going to write in the name of the item, the starting bid, and if someone buys it, boom. If not, that's okay. All right. So, like my flowers, they're over there. Aren't those gorgeous? Gorgeous. They make me so happy. and it's really quiet here. It's like right in the 70s with a light breeze. My dog is sleeping on the couch. I've got all this great healthy food, breads and cheeses. I'm ready for some time for me. My neighbor on this little, dirt road ranch thing that we live on, she's turning 90. And she's having a party at our local Grange for like the whole valley. It's like about 4,000 or 5,000 people. Probably only 200 or 300 will show up, but she's turning 90 and she's having a dance party Saturday. So I'll be there. That's going to be so cool. Hey, Pat, welcome in. Hi. Okay, so all smalls, going to show you, put out a price, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, I'm going to move a little quick because I'm tired. I am tired, y'all. Okay. Anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the chat. This is my email. And if you come in late, you can go to the little wheel, put it on ×2 and speed through. And if you see an item and you want it, put it in the chat at any time and I will bring it back because I'm not going to do a speed round. Okay? Excellent. Right. So the first item I'm bringing, and I'm not going to put the starts in and everything. I'm going to tell you about it. I'll tell you the price. If you want to bid on it, put it in the chat and then I'll count down 1, 2, 3 with the last call in between and sold. And then I'll put in the sold price. Okay. All righty then. Let's have fun, please. The first item I'm bringing is this fantastic hippie girl on the telephone. She's got her bell bottoms, green eyeshadow. I don't know what kind. I guess it's kind of like maybe a blue sweater. I'm not sure, but I love her. You remember when telephones were like this? Because I sure as heck do. I sure as heck remember those phones and I loved them. She is really cool kitsch. She is made in Taiwan. So she is from the late 70s, early 80s. She starts at 14. And she is, I think she's like about 5 inches. Yeah, she's about 5 inches long. And she's made of like a bisque. And there's no damage, no chips, no cracks, or I always tell you, she's in perfect condition. I love her. $14 for this little lady. Well, actually, she's, in my mind, she's a teenager, but Okay. Moving on, I'm going to move on fast. Okay, this next item is going to start at 6. Why 6? Because it's probably actually worth more than that. It's USA pottery, so that would be made in California, most likely. It is a bright lemon yellow mini pitcher. I love this thing. Since it has the USA on the bottom, it's likely from the 50s or 60s. All those USA California potteries. Now, the only other possibility, and it is a possibility, is McCoy. I believe McCoy sometimes just put USA. But this is me learning. This is a guess, and this is like pulling it out of my brain from somewhere. Okay? You see the USA on the bottom? But there's something just tinging in my brain about McCoy and putting USA sometimes instead of McCoy, and sometimes not signing at all. So, but I don't know. It's one or the other. $6 if you're interested. It's a mini picture. It's about, I don't have my, do I have my measure? I should have my measure. Hold on. I do. I'll measure. Hey, Elaine. How are you? Eileen. No, see, Eileen. Hi, Elaine. I always do that. It's about 2¼ inches. 2¼ inches. And it's just really sweet, bright yellow for the summer. And it's got a really nice handle. Okay. I don't know if you missed, Eileen, I'm going through really fast, and I'm not going to do a recap. So if you see something you're interested in, let me know. Anytime you go back in the sale, put it in the chat. And when I tell you how much it is, put your bid in if you're interested in it. Okay? Okay. And I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you coming. Yeah, they are. So this is a mama penguin and baby penguin paperweight. It's frosted in the back, and it's meant to look like they're in like an ice cave. It's cut on the edges like chunky ice or carved ice, right? See that? Then the back, there's the texture on the back and the frosted glass. It's not flashed, it's frosted. And these are hollowed in, incised just a little to give it that dimension on the front. Nice smooth bottom, but it has the waves just to, you know, make it that ice look, but it's smooth. No idea who made it, none whatsoever, but I think it's really fun. This starts at $14. I think it's a lovely, you know, penguin mamas and daddies take care of the babies. Fact of the matter is, they trade off sitting on the eggs, and then, yeah, they trade off taking care of the babies while they go back and forth eating. So this could be a Father's Day gift if you know a father who loves penguins. And it is, oh, Lord, so sorry. Because of my dad, that's always on, and then I get spam calls. This is about, I think it's 4 inches, 4½ inches tall, if I remember. I've had it for a little while, and I've always been surprised that nobody's interested. I had been asking a lot more. Yeah, it's just about 4½ inches. Just about 4½ inches. Okay. Frog S&P. Okay, here's a little tiny pair of frog salt and peppers. The blue and white. I've got a couple blue and white objects today. You know, the Danish, like a Danish, European kind of style. There's the pepper. Nope, that's the salt. And this is the pepper. Wait a minute. I always get that. Yes, the pepper has 1 hole and the salt has 2. And they're like an inch tall by a little over an inch long. And they're just so cute. These have plastic stoppers. I don't know if they were replacements or not. I bought these when I bought a whole bunch of salt and peppers from a collector. These are from the 60s or earlier. Very simplistic, very pretty. $8 if you're interested. I love their legs. I think their legs are really cute. But, you know, and they're frogs. I have real frogs hanging out all over the place right now. Real banana slugs. Hot bugs everywhere. It's the time of year when they come up out of the ground and are just everywhere in the trees and the grasses, just like singing like crazy. I call them hot bugs. And I got a bear. My neighbors were emailing a thread about this big bear that, was hanging out in their yard and was not easily dissuaded or persuaded to leave. Big grass pushed down nests, etc. And I thought, oh my God, I hope it's not there around when I get home because it's always on my property. Sure enough, I pulled down my long driveway, and this garbage can that I've had filled up with plastic stuff and some metal and just crap for 3 years was knocked over and pawed through because bears have a nose like nobody's business, and they know what a garbage can is. So it knocked it over and pushed this stuff everywhere, but there's nothing to eat. It's 3 years old, garbage. So, bears, what are you going to do? Yeah, real frogs. So this is, I don't know exactly what. I don't know exactly what, nor do I know exactly where it was made. I bought it from another reseller, and it's not quite what I need. It's got one little handle. It says beautiful pinks, hand-painted flowers. Hold on. With gold. It's really tiny. There is no markings on the bottom. It is porcelain. It's like fine bone china. You see how right there, you see how you can see my finger through it? It's porcelain. And it is, hey Lena, how's it going? Thanks for coming. Here's the top, and you see there's a hole for a spoon. I really like this little flourish up here. I think this is from the 30s. I do. And my theory about what it is maybe a little jam jar. Does that make sense? I mean, I guess it could be a tiny sugar, but why would it only have one handle? And why would it have such a tiny slot? And why would it have a slot for a spoon at all? Don't know. And it's tiny. I mean, look at it in my hand. I'll measure it. Anyone have an idea? Jam? Yeah, poodle is. What do you think, you guys? Because I really don't know. It's 3 inches in diameter, and with the handle, it's 4 inches long, and 1.5 inches deep. With the lid and the handle, 3 inches. So it's just this tiny thing. I think it's really pretty. And it starts at 10. If anyone's interested, it starts at 10. And these beautiful roses. It's one of those things that makes me happy. So, I buy a lot of stuff that makes me happy. Okay, no interest. Now, I'm not doing a recap. So anything that anyone is interested in, you need to go back or email me later, or because I'm not doing a recap. But poodle, the thing is, this is such a tiny hole. I can barely get my finger in there. So the handle of the spoon would come out, but you would have to take this off and then spoon, right? And it's just such a tiny, delicate thing. I mean, it's fine porcelain, hand painted. I'm surprised it doesn't say Bavaria on the bottom. So I don't know. Okay, this item is a higher priced item because it's really cool, collectible. And I've thought about keeping it. I brought it to several sales and it hasn't sold. But I collect, in general, I collect planters that are like the nursery planters, the really kitschy nursery plants. Oh, maybe mustard or mayonnaise. See, it just doesn't seem like enough jam. Unless, okay, look, we're going to get real bougie here, Poodle. Have you watched Downton Abbey or a long time ago, Upstairs, Downstairs, and all the married ladies have to, for some reason, have breakfast in bed every morning on a tray. So they get their like toast on a plate, and maybe they would get a tiny individual jam for their toast. I'm serious. Oh, my Lord. Okay. So this starts at $18. This is, I don't know the maker. This is likely from the late 30s, early 50s. It is not a hobbyist piece. It is teal green. It's ceramic. This really cute little deer with the tree stump. I love his tail, the tail up. That's actually how deer looks, but it also always reminds me of Bambi. Here's the inside. Doesn't have any damage. It's a good size one, too. And let me show you. I hope I'm going fast enough that I'm not glitching. Yep. It's Celadon green. Yeah, Poodle Shawnee. I think it's a known maker. The only thing that's on here, this is like some kind of newspaper that it was wrapped in at some point. And that looks like it says love. I don't know. But there is no name whatsoever. But it does have, like a Shawnee or a Hager right? It really has that look. It has that feel. It's just, I know it's something. I know it's something special. And I know that to the right person who loves deers and collects this maker, it would be worth more than 18. But that's what I know. I don't always, when I first started doing this, I spent, first you go to the stores, then you walk around the stores, sometimes for a couple hours and buy stuff, and you're Google lensing it. And for me, I'm also just intuitively snatching up and buying what I love. Then you're getting home and you're doing even more research. Then you're cleaning it. Then you're bringing it to the sale. Then you have to send an invoice. Then you have to do pirate ship. Then you have to take it to the post office. Okay, by the time you get done doing all of that, you're making like 15 cents an hour or something. I don't even know, right? So because I have to pay fees to PayPal and pirate ship, that's not free to me, right? And then there's gas, and it goes on, and then there's shipping materials. So at this point, I basically know what stuff is, and unless I think it's really hot and super special, I don't spend a lot of time researching. I just am like, I know this is something, and if y'all know, then you know. So the deer is 6 inches tall, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying this is like a fun mental health hobby business for me at this point. And so until I have like 2,000 followers, and it's 4 inches long, and the little planter is 3 inches in diameter by 3 inches tall. And, Shawnee sounds like a really good guess. Shawnee sounds like a really good guess. So $18. Thank you for helping me, Poodle. I appreciate it. I need help. Yeah, I'm 63. I'm 63. But I can tell you that this will become my full-time, part-time business. after my dad passes and I grieve. So at that point, you know, we'll pump everything up. But for now, I'm just chilling. Okay. So I'm going to bring this. I forgot. Who's the maker of these again? Whirly. I've had this guy for a while. I love this guy. And I'm going to give you a good deal. It is a Whirly, WHIRLEY Industries Moo Cow Creamer. Now, anyone who knows these, have a happy day. Anyone who knows about these knows that these are super collectible, and someone has like a whole museum of them. They were made, I'll show you the bottom, Whirly Industries Incorporated, Warren, Pennsylvania, USA, patents pending. These were made and sold out of restaurants back east. This is like from the 1960s. And there's a whole line of different colors, different types, and they're just plastic and they're super collectible. And they're super kitschy and cute. Let's see if I can get that in there. He cracks me up. Whirly Industries. I know it's blurry. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Let's try it one more time. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing. Has anyone ever seen these? And you'd buy these and then you'd put your cream for your coffee in here and pour it out. And it's the 60s plastic. And like I said, they're really collectible. And it was a huge thing in the 60s. And then it was gone. So he is $9. He is $9. And he's, I guess you could do like this to pose him. He's sorry, he's cracking me up. And he's like about almost 7 inches tall. Jason. Hi, Jason. I'm doing a simple, easy, breezy little sale today because I'm real tired. I just got back to my homestead. This is my homestead, Jason. This is my 22 acres in Mendocino County, California. I'm home for a 9-day break from caregiving from my father. And it feels real good. So I got home late last night and I'm real tired. So Jason, you know about Whirly Industries, I'm sure. I just think they're hilarious. And they don't go, $9 is a good price. They don't go for, buku bucks. But anyone who collects kitsch should have one. And having said that, I collect kitsch and I don't have one. So yeah, I think if he doesn't sell in the next like 2 or 3 times I bring him, he's just going on my shelf. Okay. All righty then. Let's see, y'all. I wish I knew. I know all of you. I know the type of things you like, but I'm not sure if I brought them or not because I just grabbed things out of my cupboard. Yeah, are we all from California? That's a good question, Poodle. Are we? Maybe we're in a California state of mind. I don't know. That's not always a good thing to be, just saying. But it's not always bad. I don't know. Okay. So Daisy and Button. Daisy and Button shoe. It's a big one. That's one of the big ones. It's, the milk glass, right? But this is not super incised. It's not really rough. Would it be rough enough to strike a match? Maybe, but not quite. So there is no Fenton stamp on this, but I'm going to presume that it's Fenton, although there were so many makers of these. But Fenton was the primary. I'm assuming it's Fenton. And see, it's molded. It's milk glass. It's the thicker milk glass. It has a little bit of ring of fire. So, I'm going to have a hard time dating this one because you see that how you can see the little bit of ring of fire at the top. I don't think this is, turn of the century. Could it be the 1930s? Possibly, but I'm really going to go with the 60s or 70s. And I'm going to just say, without completely knowing what I'm saying, my educated guess is that it is 70s, 60s or 70s, unmarked Fenton. So it would have had a sticker. Let me give you a measurement. It starts at 14. Ramola. Hey, Ramola girl. I haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going? It's 6 inches long. So it's a good size shoe by 2 inches high. It's a good size shoe. It's still way too small for this princess. So there it is. It's just a nice shoe. And the thing I love about white, so let's do it. You know how I always do this. Let's do it. The thing I love about white is that it mixes in with anything. So here's some Celadon ceramic, what I believe is a Shawnee deer planter. It mixes in and matches just fine. If you had, I'll do this, even though I'm not selling this. Let's just pretend I was selling this today. If someone's interested, to ask me and I can sell it today. Mixes with your brass. So, it's just a good mix and match. Okay. Putting it down. Oh. Yes, Ramola. Lawnmower time. Oh my gosh. All around my homestead. So it's like an acre or 2 acres of the long driveways, the meadows around the house, over on the other side with the redwood grove, was all mown 5 weeks ago. I came back because I was gone for 5 weeks. The grass is 3 to 7 inches tall again. So, got to start over, riding on the John Deere. And all the pine needles and the dead brush sticks. It's a whole thing up here every year for fire safety. It's a whole thing. Okay. This is going to be the last time I bring this, and then I'm going to keep it because I know it's something super special, and I brought it many, many, many a time. And I'm done. So it is a Iris. Hold on. Product. Hand painted. So this is from Japan, Iris. It is a beautiful hand painted with the gold like enameling outline miniature vase. It's just absolutely beautiful. It starts at 15. It starts at 15. This is special. It's unique. The iris is very popular collectible in many circles. I think it's beautiful. Look at it. I mean, my garden is inside when I look at this. So I have these beautiful, beautiful flowers back here. Boom, I have beautiful flowers right next to me on my little coffee table. And you could just put a miniature tea rose in here. It's very tiny. It's fine porcelain. Let me tell you how tall it is. Well, Poodle, if your husband was still around and he wanted to ride on a lawnmower, he could come up here. It's about like 4 days worth of riding, girl. So, anyone? Any takers? Come on up. I'll feed you. So it's 3 inches tall by 2 inches in diameter. I'm serious. 3 inches tall by 2 inches in diameter. Okay. So this is mine now. This is mine. Okay. Let's do this vase. I love this vase. I don't know a lot about it, and it also starts at 15. I don't know a lot about it. I don't know a lot about it. I know I like it. It's this really nice, what I consider this to be very MCM. It's got kind of like, an Asian style with these foots. Feet. Feet. And then it's just got this bold statement on a cream background. It is just right for me at the beginning of the MCM movement. Now, I could be out of my mind and it could be much earlier. Okay. It's got a lot of crazing underneath the white overtop glaze, but I think that just brings out the whole thing even nicer. And it does have this telltale stand and the 2 indents right there, which generally speaking, so where did the other one go? The Shawnee was flat, remember? So this kind of raising is usually a California pottery type of thing, but it doesn't say USA pottery or anything to give me any kind of indication. The only other maker I could think of would be, I love the way they blended this, would just be complete guessing. I really have no idea. Here's the inside. Vase or planter. I would do a small spray of, taller and shorter in the middle. Oh, it's Royal Copley. Well, boom. So there you go, Poodle. I knew it was someone, but my brain's not clicking into gear, and I was just not going to give a guess. And the bottom is a really good indication to me that it was something. I knew that much today. For me, that's pretty good. It's 4.5 inches tall, a little over 4 inches in the mouth, and at its widest, about 4.5 inches diameter. Yep, Royal Copley. There you go. So $15. It's really, it's gorgeous. I mean, I just have to say it's gorgeous. And it's year round because it's got the cream and the green and the black. So it just fits in year round. You have 4 pieces. Good for you, Poodle. I've seen these other places, and there's the shorter ones, the taller ones. I've seen them, and I like it. And I've had this for about a year. I've had this for about a year and haven't had any takers. So, and I really like it. It's Royal Copley, which is very collectible and very well made. I'm right up on keeping it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to bring. I'm going to bring a choice of Southwestern Tonala style pottery pieces. They're not Tonala choice, and they're newer. They're newer than Tonala. They're more, again, I'm going to say the Southwestern, like New Mexico style. And they are in the Tonala style. But when I say Tonala, I really think of those beautiful, like Ken Edward pieces, right? So that doesn't mean that these are not good or these are not inviting or someone wouldn't like them. No, it just means they're newer. And I just, they're not a Ken Edwards. They're not labeled. And so, newer as in 90s, early 2000s, this piece. So this is a mug, and it's got really beautiful colors, raised paint. This is a coffee mug. You could use it as a creamer, but it doesn't have the right kind of pour spout. It's just a nice coffee mug. It's got like a rough surface on the outside, like the typical New Mexico pottery pieces. It is redware. It's a decent size mug. It's about 4 by 4. And then the other choice, and this is really pretty, is the same type of style, hand painted. These are hand painted, rough texture, butterfly napkin holder. Butterfly napkin holder. Here's the bottom. And here's the back. 3 little flowers. So they are 10 each. And they're, very matching colors. And so that's why I thought choice. They're both the dark blue. They both have those bright colors. And so I thought, that's a good pairing. $10 each. Hey, Maritza, what's going on? What's going on? Got a lot of people coming in and saying hi today. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I'm really tired today, and I wasn't going to have a sale. And then I thought, but I have friends out there who would like to see me, and I would like to see you. I always look forward to seeing you. So I showed up. Oh, you're native Georgia, Lena. Go Bulldogs. Yep. Okay. So like I said, there's no recap. So if you're coming in late, you need to do the 2 times wheel and go through and then put in the chat. Hey, Lucinda, I'm interested in such and such. Do you still have it? And at this point, I still have everything. That's not unusual. And I'm not upset about it. So, but there will be no recap. It's a very tired day for me, and I'm just enjoying my time with you. And then I'm going to go eat bread and cheese and grapes and strawberries in bed. This is a gorgeous, remember I said I had some blue and white cat figurine. Look at his face, or her face, or their face. You decide. Really. Definitely ate the cream, right? Definitely ate the cream. It's beautiful paintings. This is a long-necked, skinny cats like this. I think they're just stunning. It's got all the flowers down his back. They're back. Here's the tail and the little blue feet. Hello. Nothing on the bottom. I'm thinking 70s. I'm thinking 70s. I don't think earlier than that. Could be 80s, but I don't think so. I don't get a Taiwan vibe from this. So I think 70s. Really cute. $12. Thank you, Poodle. $12 to start. It's thin. It's a fine ceramic. It might be porcelain. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm not going to say that. 5.5 inches tall. It's a good size one. So look how well this kitty goes with the frogs, for instance. Let's show the frog with its little legs, right? So I was trying to bring some pieces where if you wanted to, you could make a little grouping. Okay, so let's do another. This is going to be choice also. And I didn't, I'm like I said, I'm moving pretty fast today. And I'm not doing a recap. And if you see something, holler at me. I'm trying to do decent prices. Choice $8. Choice for $8. Choice for $8. So the first choice for $8 is blue and white, because we're in a blue and white theme, so we're just staying in it for a minute. This little Dutch windmill teapot trinket box. Say that 10 times fast, y'all. With this very nice hinge. Look at that. That's really well done. Same thing. They always had a very similar, very simple little floral and fleur-de-lis kind of, designs. Really nice, really basic. And this one is made in China for Direct Connection Industry, California, 1997 to 2000. So this is at least 24 years old. And I suspect maybe it was sold at those, one of those places along I-5 or the other. Look at how nice that is in there. The hinge still works really well. I suspect this was made and sold at, those little tourist places. And so this is just like 1/2 inch tall, and the whole thing is about 4 inches tall by about 3 inches across. But it's really nice. And it's vintage according to, this definition of 20 years. It's vintage. I had a problem with that for a long time, but when I became a reseller, I just kind of gave it up. I was like, okay, whatever you say. Now, this one is Delft blue, right? This one is a Delft blue, hand painted. So this one is, more of a thing. So hold on. First, here's the one side. Cows. It is an older piece. It is heavy. It is a napkin holder. More traditional one. And here is the bottom. See? I bet it had a sticker as to the exact maker, even though this is an indicator. I bet it also had a sticker at one point. Now, the other thing it does have is Solvang on the front. Okay. So I don't know if there's a solving in Sweden or Denmark. No idea. Probably. But there's also is a solving, I'm pretty sure, off of I-5. You know where the see, okay, Poodle, you are just my helper today. Poodle, isn't there the solving off of I-5 where the windmill restaurant is and the little motel or hotel, the little kitschy hotel off the side? In the stop where you can get gas stations and food and all that. Solvang off of I-5. Yeah. And I remember my daughter watched this series, so I watched it with her. What the heck? The Playgirls, Play Buddies, I forgot, with just a really bad show, Hugh Hefner's Girlfriends. At any rate, not even, okay? So much abuse, dysfunction. Oh my God. They stopped there. And I used to stop there to get gas. I went down to LA all the time in the summer for things. Yes. Yeah, it is this little tiny community, and there's a pull off of I-5, and then there is a little community back there. Yes, Poodle, thank you. So at any rate, either one of those for $10, and this is a hefty one. This is a good one. This is about almost 7 inches long and about 4 inches tall. And I just think the cows are cute. And if you don't want to see the solving, then you just turn it to this side and you don't see it. But Poodle, your husband proposed to you there? That's really sweet, Poodle. I know you miss him. Okay, I'm almost done with items. I told you, today was going to be pretty quick. It's, when I just bring smalls and I'm doing a show and tell and I'm just seeing if anyone's interested, and I'm not, putting in all the starts and stops and passes. It goes by much faster for everyone. And maybe that's sad for you guys. And, that would be sad for me. I often just, sit up in my bed when I'm not feeling good or I want some downtime and just watch one of my favorite resellers. And when they have a real quick show, I'm like, oh no, they're done. What do I do now? Because I don't have a life. But I need to rest today, and that's okay. I'm allowing myself to do both things at once. Yes, I am. Do a live sale and then rest for the rest of the day. Okay. This is a spice jar of vintage marbles. The jar, is this one of the ones from Japan? Yes. This bottle, it says bottle made in Japan. This starts at $15. Oh, how nice, Poodle. This starts at $15, and I'll take the marbles out and show you up close in a minute. I always have a problem showing when things glow. The ones with the white, the slag type marbles, they glow, okay? And there's some older ones, and then there's the 1970s ones. So let me show you, and let me tell you how many. I think this is the dozen or more. But let me get it out because I have these at my dad's, and then I have them here. So let me just go through and count it. All right. So let me show you what you're getting for $15. These are very collectible these days. So these are what people would typically, you all might call them slag marbles. They are very collectible. This one has a tiny, oh, how funny. You know, it's not a chip. It's where they missed getting the blue glass over the milk glass. That's very interesting. So, whoa, come back here, me. There's this one. And these are typically from the 50s. Vintage marbles are really hot right now. This is hard to show. This is also an older one. It's not yet the eggy. It's getting there, but it's not. So this is still into the 60s. Try not to make a ton of noise. This is really nice. It's clear with this like almost like a submerso kind of drop of brownish red in there. It's hard to explain, but it's really pretty. So 1, 2, thank you, Poodle. 3, 4. This one is black and with blues and browns that shine through. It's really pretty spectacular. This one's definitely older. This one probably glows like nobody's business. So that's 4. This is 5. This is 70s. 6. This is a tiny one. This is 7. This is a very small one. This may be 1950s or earlier. 7. This is an older clay, reddish brown, little smaller. I think I'm up to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, Dirty Dozen, 13. Here is a green with bubbles and clear. So it's a Dirty Dozen of 13. Here's another slag. So it's a spice jar plus the marbles for 15. I appreciate anyone who's still here. This one is older. This is a very nice example of an older marble. This is probably the oldest in the bunch beyond the small one. Now this one, it has a big chip in it. I don't like that. My marbles are not here. They're at my dad's. If someone wins this, I will, and if you want to wait, I'll take it down to my dad's and I'll throw in a couple marbles in addition, because that is a really nice, much older marble. But with that, I want to give you some other. This is a very much older, small green one. It's probably from the 30s or 40s. And this is also a tiny older one. So 15. So if anyone's interested, let me know. And like I said, I will throw in 2 or 3 more marbles because that one was used and broke. Okay. Almost done. This is, I don't know when this was made, who made it. It's just a little blue bottle. Now it has no maker's mark. It starts at 10. It's got all these bubbles everywhere. It's definitely, you know, it used to have probably a cork here. Okay, so you see that? It's got a nice smooth pontil. Despite the fact that it has all of that going on, and it was made like that. Those are all bubbles and different. It's not so much bubbles. Well, it's bubbles, but bubbles in white. Like they are They are deliberately a different color. They're not just bubbles. They're deliberately like a white. So this was made like this on purpose. I believe it had a cork in the top. Possibly a stopper, possibly. But I also believe this to be older. Okay, I believe this to be older in the sense of possibly the 30s, maybe early 50s, but I think earlier. And that's just from me picking things up and and touching them and being around them and feeling them. That's my educated guess. It's very unusual and very unique. It's got the lines here and then a twisted top. And then here, do you see all along here? It's got all the straw marks from when it was drying all around the top there. I do not know why. Almost like a band. It's very interesting. Now, that is on, there's no roughness, so it's not from a stopper. I don't know. It is, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you a lot about it. It is tall enough. Nope. It is about maybe 4.5 inches tall. I just think it's really nice piece of blown glass. It's got this handle, and right here there's actually like an indent where they put it on, but it's smooth and it fits in your thumb really nice. And the whole handle is like wavery. I mean, I don't, it's a mystery piece to me. It's a mystery, but I like it. And it's just a really pretty blue, $10. You know what I would do with this? I mean, I have this stuff already everywhere. I would put this in my bathroom and I would get a new cork and I would put little really nice scented essential oil with some baby oil in here. I'd make my own and put a cork on it and use it to put on a little bit on my skin when I got out, you know, to just get me through my day with my sage or my lavender or my, you know, angel guiding light oil or whatever I needed, right? I just put a little bit on right as I was getting out of the shower and just let the smell rinse over me. That's what I would do. $10. That's just me. I'm a little different. I'm a little weird. And while I love doing that kind of thing, I can't do that living up here on all this property. Perfume and oils inside is fine, right? So inside my house, I can have a diffuser. But I can't wear scents because it would just attract all the wasps. I mean, that's not happening. No, thank you. You have your grandfather's what? Poodle. You don't have your grandfather's nail polish, do you? You never know. Okay. I'm going to show 3 more items and then I'm marbles. Thank you. Keep them, hang on to them. They're special, they're fun, and they're very collectible. Okay. I'm going to show this and one more item and then I'm going to call it a day. No recap. Anyone who came in late, if you're interested in something, you need to scroll through at double the speed and then put in the chat that you're interested. Okay. And obviously, you can email me right there and tell me that you're interested in something. And, you know, I'll get back to you. But I find that, you know, or leave it in the comment section. I do get my comments, I do go over them. But I find in general, if it doesn't sell during the live, it's only occasionally that someone comes back and says, hey, I want that. Do you still have it? I think it's mostly now that someone is really going to be like, ooh, I want that. It's just a different thing. We're interacting right now. We're not interacting later. Okay. Love is a simple thing. It's so sweet. Look at these two girls. Two redheads. So they're going to turn blondish later. And she's about to give the little one a daisy. They've got on their Mary Janes. They're so cute. I guess this is textured like the ground. Or maybe the garden dirt. I don't know. And let's see. It is made by American Greetings Corp. Yep. Cleveland, USA. In 1971. Produced in Japan for American Greetings. 1971. This is from 1971, y'all. And I started it at 12. 1971. It's very lightweight. It's a porcelain. I think it's a porcelain. She's so thin. My goodness. It could be a super, super thin ceramic. But, I mean, you hear that? It's very thin. It's about 4 by 4, maybe 5 by 4. So cute. So cute. Thank you, Poodle. So, yeah, 1971. See that? MCMLXX1. Cute. Super cute. Okay. Okay, friends. I don't know. Poodle, you're so sweet. I'm going to give anyone who came in late a chance to take a minute and let me know if there's something that you saw or that you've fast forwarded through and see that you're interested in. And if you are, put it in the chat, please. Because then after that, I'm going to move on. Like my earrings? They're hard to see over here. They're pink. They're dyed pink abalone with an abalone drop. They're from, they were made in Italy. They're on sterling silver. They were, I think they're from the early 60s. They were given to a good friend of mine's first mother-in-law. And then we started hanging out. And she saw the type of stuff I wore. This was like 10 years ago. And she said, you know what? I've had these forever. And they're actually, I think they're actually not 60s. They're antiques. They're more like from the 40s or 50s. And she said, they're from Italy. They're from my, and I don't like her and I won't wear these. Would you like them? And I said, yes, please. And I wear them all the time. They're a little long, but they're not heavy. They're beautiful. So that's my story today. That's what I've got for today. Just a whole bunch of littles. Usually I would disperse the littles in with the large in with more of a curated kind of thing, but not today. And, you know, I'm not doing a recap. Poodle. Cheers. It's a very good statement to live by, Poodle. Poodle. And everyone else. Thank you so much for being here with me this last hour or so. I appreciate all of you so much. You keep me sane. You keep me grounded. You fill my heart and my mind with things other than life and death and illness and caregiving and decline. So I appreciate you so much for that. And that's all I've got for today. And I didn't see anyone putting anything in, so that's okay. I am having a live sale Friday. Fridays is my vintage jewelry live sales. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. And this week, Dandy is going to be on. Dandy. There's Dandy. Dandy. I speak of her and she appears. That's perfect timing, Dandy. Dandy, I'm all done with the sale. I just did a real quick little tiny thing because I'm tired and I want to go get a bunch of bread and cheese and grapes and go to bed. I got home late last night. This is my homestead in Mendocino. So sale's done. And I was just saying that Dandy and I are going to be together Friday selling vintage jewelry, some contemporary, vintage inspired, fantastic stuff. We have a really good time together. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, Friday on my channel. Please come. We have such a good time together. If nothing else, just watch us play. It's like show and tell. Just watch us play. It's great. Hugs to everyone. I'll see you real soon. Bye, Dandy. I'll see you on Friday. Any questions, girl, hit me up. Bye, friends.